asiche ne sei ana asiche ne sei ntino ye begusem ye de ani edidi echi eye court sesem enti yinim se sitie se lawyer attachia next time ma obekọ court no assemble no obeka e wo court na we move the motions necessary applications ni bi ase de lawyer kan dia je se bi obeje enchechemu obeje bre ye no kra mo no me ye so se judge be ka se so far so man date wo di ruling be bad ye no kwaje se bi omotwe back and forth to the yen hwe hawa ade no ebesi akọ na ye mame Sofia Akufu ye mame Sofia Akufu former chief justice or a member of the Council of State according to 1992 constitution of the year adwuma no is it term bia ne say ye former chief justice Holma e was emu baako a member of the Council of State no in fact a call Council of State no yati enamra weekend ni nya ne ntie say ye mame Sofia Akufu wa resign da yes wa resigning somewhere last year somebody kaya ye mame get to tokunu na and this for too many cities so mu person mu eyi no na e was a Council of State for paid for share no mutimi ka say e o my establish premier fashion case bi o say den yo o mo ko e no mo 31 ye nya ne ntie and this for na de beto abonten say nipa 30 and a to say bi eyi mame no na nipa baako e na wa abstain ye enti say nipa baako na ye mame Sofia Akufu yesi ya nunti no wase no ade kwa mo de ne fa so se omu eyi mame no enye kwa papa itolo de wontimenti na ho na wo resigning san yeti say wo resigning since last year September until weekend year asemi eba ye nyina titia ene abaka sama for Felix Kwachofusu abeka bi se ampa wa ade enva Billy enva mo de mi di machia Fabra etino ni na ne se fama ha na le fama me pacho thank you ni na ne se mame na resign last September question akofo nyi na ebusa ne se ka media house no ama ade na ama here you are se media house no am ka sabna na ma bontia e ka time ben nanka NDC for be magana for atse edipa ba ko a ye former chief justice according to constitution no to have a full complement of the Council of State no say waka ho say kwa result since September na eso muntimi enka magana for ontie e de kataso mumu aso no ene ebedi eho enkomo flood ne de ayumena me hwe bi ehu say enempo de wo hwe wasa portable mu nyina wasawo ene ne de ensodo mu koi ehu where are we heading towards until no just say a hard part ni bedi enkomo bebre nya de say ebe mu maso ebu bia ho ase bia ati atofo bia no ene ebe mamu maso ati na mame emma minyan mu a mabai akwaba na enko no yefa enhye so adongo okay mate enye hwe enti ene minia Gideon Amankwe Champon were you Prue West communication officer hopeful. Say Prue West, right? Enti Gideon Amankwe Champon Prue West communication officer hopeful. Nyami aduma next year next month ye ba say 11 July also ye ba na pacho ene abrante na we say no. Gideon, what is saying?
Nyami adum
okay, correct. Enti and the first time appearance on Movement Television no in ene wabano kama pa ya ibedi enkomo mamenko na hwana ye fly watch onabo nkroma nkoma no the first name way Daniel and just Daniel ma fa nka ho Daniel so koja to bumzu ya anwe no se ke anwe ne dia bia ka mu afi just Daniel na de no ma fa nsim enu asem pepe ni etu onabo Daniel nkroma ewesen we first vice chairman Okakwe South constituency and PC hopeful mo the PC so asoso PC hopeful nti olowo Daniel Nkrumah ewase no ya kra na Alhaji Haruna Rafiki so ebeba abetase ama yedi enkomo Daniel ne mate sei
onia bibia boko
ele jamiase ene di nsu na se da nto oha se nsu na nto
se ne de nsu na nto eno nwumre na talk kakra de ese programs 1 or 2 but ene de mse muda ho
na se wonum se nsu to adna ko program nsu se
no Em say if you no pay money we an boka cranty. Program no me program on me constituency.
Me ase say nipa nyina na me ka che sa.
Lecture we say
election no.
Meetings aye no.
Okay.
And them say 3 or 4 electoral areas no more ye monthly meetings.
Okay.
And I join so no koto but still an amount for mobile.
Say baby adru die. Metu for awon ye say so beto bebre. Enti no say we meetings and so be ya do programs bia fa kwese dem.
Ene kwaso a ene ka onya baby a ye enclosed
now da kwese ho mo na what me aye wade.
Na baby abenya ye enclosed no din because bia na obi fie na compound no dia mama na bia ma hihye mo nkonwa na tables na mo dia ye dwumedie na say school and I think that most of the schools cry meetings, my access to the classrooms. Because classrooms, are intimate containing numbers.
Yeah.
In the open space, maybe a park, be the one, I say, baby, or more gathering, tidy meetings. So, no, I think this month, and I said this year, a top in Sony Accra, this year, so no, I'm a month for sitting in my car.
And then me call SCC. Me question.
How do I know?
Hey, nyamena Jimmy. Anyway, even today.
Na engineers no more kwai no. How did they plan?
You see, kwai do so more no okay, but enkofa besisi adan with the other side. It will go say we say so no ni na to ekobenkum say na akogupum. And enkofa besisi kwan no sa besisi na won na ablock it ekwa na bounce back.
Because say hono on say chicken man a beer from your no ko akabon say o hwe sa settlement na
yes
who sa afro mu
you na nua no ni nwura no it what you water we
water area and Australia
atala ho no nya de ni nyina
so no ba is e to is say nke be ko e be fa sa na
e be hit asa baba
road no so na sa twanua abegum I think they have to rethink
yes medium
area hona miti.
Okay. And more botano and the more bread.
Easy.
The hot is I didn't the yes sir.
No kwasem ni say wo hwe ekwan no ne bobre ni suna meka se adwuma de omoye adwuma yi. Na problem no free botiano soro ho. Na tie no dwiri free soro ho sa na aba begu ekwan no. Wo fa no baby shop right more no wona ho side no na netie no free ba enti problem na nkasa wo soro ho but wo hwe gutters ayeye wo kwan no ho na ase ye gutters ni nyina wo anim ha me wa the major problem na cause ma meribia netie be dwudi si kwan no wo soro ho so I think say mpanimfo for money nkyere soro ho na say storm drains akese na omoye no se umbetumi aye bi wo ho a na atumi connect ama sebi netie na edribe si kwan na ema ye ntumi management because last week Wednesday me sorry free 5:30 ebe gina botiano junction petrol truck be juma minyaka 9:10 am na
9:10
yes me be gina kwan ho 5:30 but minyaka 9:10 am
wow
enti
edenko
no kwasem ni say onya car no bi na wafa enti obi private car ode call ejuma na odum ye fire eno so kra no e free bot ya no e ba kanesi ode ye 25 cedis
I say no ode ye ejuma no
ode ye ejuma ode ye 25
but no I think say friend saying yeah Accra nangasa no I mean we failed to plan I mean we have failed to plan Accra because the city has been allowed to expand unnecessarily. Because Obia Pebebia then Atna and a crowd Timua what they Accra your capital. Now say the chiefs and families are the custodians of the land. And Omona Omo to me Omo the tons I say. Now by Omo when in the HDA. Sebi you or any be or near you may be an octifia. Sebi and one of a ton the Didi. And Obia so Pebebiatina. Into obe ton baby ho yensum
na bi de say you see ya no de untime nye stool lands ni from onsem
untime nje
na mum town and country planning enye ehemfo dia
na make say
eti ye na see a planning ade say ehemfo masase ne die eniye na emom no ye hwehwe na ha nipa betima tena ha nipa ntimi tena ha eti ha ye out
sa na make no nti se nya ba town and city planning we nya ko fia ban aha nti no aban no na e faili
yes
ama because hini there sebe godon what me your choice what we di asase ati wa kra me
ya jibi kwa famisem
kelaya and enye proper surveyor so na
dabi fa no kwa
boys omo if you are kelaya no ko okutwama wan je obi je ai den affiliate nti no ama che say obi asisi dan hwe yi baby a omo bie dam ya etwi form zi enu weja enu na me hwe documentary bi a obi say otena ho ache ho na ye wo no na o hwe weja de bia ye bie dama na madam for me over that phone me colleague bi no sit down ho that time 2013 na complain actually me say omo bie dam na ti so tu free ni fie ho ifie a wa ye adwuma tete ni mo remesi ti so tu free ho no be year or so in so ni twetwa no asan koba na o hwe this time ho nyina asan yiri so ni fie no crowd city bi ayira.
But you see, beyond Greater Accra, Nasa Accra says so you say no. Me say is getting worse by the day.
Yeah.
Me back Accra baby na first na so to na who flooding na. It's who na flooding.
Of course.
Now, video said na me share ye. Say we share side ho wasa side ho nyina na ho nyina flood ya. Me ne ko for the almost enso to ma enso nyiri megu kwa mu say da. Enye enso na ye talk si o. Ya say asase no.
Yes, of course.
Oh, top soil nyina eroded. Ya say no. Galam so be ke ye digala enti enso no akwan na saya ma. Temu da mo pa mo hwe enso na etwifa wiem. Eka enso na to bebreze no. Eka etwifa kwan so akenye kokko. But say e da so kokko. Because asase no ya say no. Galamsey ne so many activities. Omo tu anua e ko si adan nyina no. Baby ho no ma na meka no ohene no ton asase ne ma wa o si tu anua no. Obiara ndi echi no planning no engineering we bia ko na say machine si so na yedwi. It no wise o man no there is no proper planning. At least you can't even planning the whole country. Baby other capital na there. Also to me then planning ye so that I can accommodate a lot of people. Show for free. Yeah, baby ati o de kwa de kofa bubu ashi ni we ya na kan nuka say nipa kra ba this time Ghana for ye kan ho kwa masama poku asen sa hom e ko to asase say ye si dan because ko baby apartment adan no ye sisi abronsan ye to aso 10 into u ye adwuma wa Accra Central ana ministries wa na hu hia say wo be ko kaswa obo makoto asase ana masaman denchira akoto asase because I say bubu ashine had a dino dencha ho no okotwel river densu Ghana Panama for yes a free a free breeze side edeba a free kaswa side yeah back to the center abaye adwumade enwumre the same thing no be a call back no railway system nothing e kwana kasa na ya no so e disika ahye mu no so a eno so yam plan baby a so ye gates no ye jai baby a so to a gata no gates aye okroma akra no apart from say a what source no any destination into the adwuma no ma contractor bia no o se me ye gata ubusa o hwe gata na enfa na gata your exit no way eno aso wa ya to ho na obi so fie ben na wakoto anuane abo no wa betipi egu so na egu gata nim na enko obi abo chaos ni we dey asisi gata so no ma block ase no se won ti se kroma no ti se unhu se ne ye dwen Pro West mudia koku
me ba che Pro West ye nua koku
mu ye de wo
ye adwuma kese pa ye bayre ne banche na Pro West ye meka say ye wa amane mu ankasa
adai mama tete yese bayre ene omukopomu ya atoko ne adade nyina obi aho kire no what really is happening
meka say enye Pro West nko a
okay
wo hwe the entire enclave of Bono East ekwa kosi Upper West Upper East kuyani bia wo bia ka kire wo say ne ho tono a eyentro na wodi na ye ida say wo ye NDC propaganda man bia opese okama no look good however
abrekrafo ne bre no
enye easy
okay
me do bayre
okay
esan so do banchi na ebra na do danko akufo ado wo ho no meka se ekuafo ye ko ahotomu ankasa
okay
if we say we share from 2019 about 2020 2021 24 up to 2021 22 up to 2024 na ekuafo ne yemre because wo fa no ba ye kodwa so a unya nipa ma ne ye den etoma ene de wo fa no ba ye kodwa so a unya obia ma no musa se na ya
$30
na ya eno ne ene enti onum ko na okoduru a na ya ka che se ni o maboyefo meanwhile 2024 kuyani to me ton by the crab akon se me kan by the crab akon na say 100 fools
okay
or the 100 fools no kodwa otumi nya 10,000 cedis as at the time no na cement bag 86 Ghana cedis enti sa kuyani ni ton by the enya 10,000 cedis 100 fools na otumi to cement more than 80 bags yes
that's about 86 cedis.
86 cedis otumi ton nya 10,000 cedis ofa banch na ye do na ye banch na ye do no kintampo ni techimanfo ma omo ye gari e ba beto na afi so de aka na ye de adwa ye frɛ no konkonte no
that's a bit that's a bit
I don't know ye de ka betie no Chris Brown eti ye dwa konkonte no so a there are some companies omo takra de ne joapon omo ba beto konkonte no edekoye starch
okay
in fact under one district one factory yenya starch factory ewo Pro West ethanol ena omo ye wo prime ena ye district capital ena ye starch no so wo Atebubu kroba ko ye freho akokoa
okay
sa project no it cost the state $10.78 million
under Nana
Danko Akufo-Addo ye government through Exim Bank and the DC Kano Emma ye papa Honorable Kennedy Japan or DC factory no prime and Atebubu eti wo share the entire way na ekuafo na se odwa ne konkonta bag no ne ayo se bag aye de she bidie no eye black sack bi jute sack no bi black one eno na ye de she konkonte sa eno no na kuyani no ton otumi nya 450 Ghana cedis
okay
and na me no ka say yakofa jute sack na eno no yes SAS 5 the friend SAS 5 white one tintin kesi no e de be she mo wa ye mo 100 Ghana cedis
I don't know 500 no
I don't know 450 say ye mo 100 cedis
adenti
na 100 Ghana cedis no kra no say be ya obenya obi mpo amana be usa say na okonkonte ikra no mami meshe moto mienu ma ana mi meshe moto miensa ma onya bi
ade ye ni konkonte bi mana.
That's the biggest question I hear in Ayebusa because now the Danko Akufo all the time every 2 weeks every week bi ana yenya trailer e man be loadi banchi konkonte more than ebia trailer cars ni betumi aba be 10 ofa abase okọ abase konfo krom adaprase papase eko biposo daman kwanta zabrama benim san kro yi nyina eye banchi ne bayire adwuma ayro sem ni say minimi ofa bi a 2024 okoton bayire otokia track oto abobo ya oto moto small ones ya yede ye okada yi otobi SNC 5 bedroom house bayire 3000 tubes and all the years adwuma ni nyina ene ayro sem ni say last year ye ton bayire fu ayedo ye no bayire no ensu anhye dan 20 amokese meti say finance agric minister ka say akuafo na do ama no bayi ni na ebu it is never true.
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm telling you
ebusu
emuye kuyadwuma ayeye no oman wem o say oman your consumption capacity no very higher than your production when it comes to food production your consumption no ebrebia wosoro na do Danko Akufo-Addo aban or your deliberate policy emakuafo
okay
you say that cut some of the imports say be your local farmers no so ebe ginger omo because once you produce no who the co market obenye obi amana den amana ba beto amo enti ye share that ye deliberate policy to cut some of our imports say be ya yen so a ye do e wo ha no ye benya ahoɔden atumi aye adwuma no eno hye emabunu bebre nkran e ma omo kokua yem minim ukọ Central Farm Plains wa there are Farm Plains land no minim youth bi a omo ka omo hobo mu a even na omo floatu shares say we youth now bi a wo no wuntumi nkonko ye adwuma na beto shares wo omo adwuma na omo ye no mu na omo mfanko ye efuoma because at the time farming was very lucrative and na binu ka say ahoɔden ne ahotoso ne arehemu ne ahofama na kuafo wo e di ye efuo no sese ni nyina ayra because last year in Suantono farmer 2 years 3 years ago no to me 2 by 1,000 no last year onya just 500 tubers 500 tubers na onya say ideally senkanioma no amadodo a e was a price cry den epeja
yes
because once there is less supply automatically there's going to be an increment with respect to the price
yes
but at the end yantumi anododo yanya dodo say a Greek minister say or proper research or proper data and Quebec na who say in fact kuyejuma eswati more than 80% because say no obi ani ho a onyan kranche say okwakoye kuyejuma.
But the issue is that supply no intimi meet demand yet edanu su gu ho na essay adentra
wotumi hu say me de me hu ni say NDC for any or NDC for empenimfo bi ehihye nyoma bi echi a e wo se o moka no kire Ghana fo na no kire wo se ye ka kire Ghana fo ne se wo hwe a yakra aduane a ne quality level no san ye den e wo fo mo abegu oman no mu
abegu system no mu especially emu na arahosem ne se ye 2024 campaign NDC for be share bo e wo Pro West se omoba ombeye agricultural mechanization centers farm mechanization centers to be honest with you Nana Akufo-Addo started our project about 80 districts were selected under Nana Danko Akufo-Addo omo 2 tractors Mimi district in there count Pro West under the watch of Honorable Stephen Jalula sa papa ne de meboni dia na so for them
ai what share Jumadin or year for just 4 years as a member of parliament. The track record that we jawo constituency no more. A bet me taking more than 50 years. Here nya MPB of which me breaking the record.
Wow.
I'm telling you for a fact because under the watch MPP are buying investing more than $300 million. Our constituency where me will be that.
Especially into agriculture.
Especially into road infrastructure because road infrastructure no ye ejuma eno na wo so awada wo no ba ye no so betumi e de abadwom aye den abeton enti ekura bia ewo Pro West bia no ye kwan ko ho both feeder roads and even ye kwan a connect Kintampo North e ba be connect Pro West connect Pro East e connect Atebubu Amanten na enye kwan a no kwasem ni wodi ye bibia na ye eduru ba bi a car team wo kwan no so gese mrante ye kotu ye de asoko kotu car no ansa na atumi akọ but papa we take bold decision and one of the best roads you can find in Bono East region
meba Rafika ba ho mesa ba ho ba busa say ene se de mu wo enu ba bebe se die ene 24 hour economy market die ene se ni Rafik eno be bo Rafik akwa ba let say
ado media
e de yamiase Alhaji Haruna Rafik we first vice chairperson Okakwe Central Constituency say menya correct manambwa
correct
okay enti Rafik e was na bibia te se grom
yo bibia you okay
right
the kind of media ETF ni ahwefo nyina ba me no wo case kakra yo sweet case
okay mate and na me masheme
we are later na
you ya na kire hono mu
because project B okay we
ka wase ejuma no so nyami so chade ya de mo se ejuma no so na pa fodusa But we dear adwuma no so na pa follow so doso bia benya bia ye
exactly very necessary
bia benya bia ye eti jankoba na ye didi alo no se wo hwesi de nsusem aba krom ha wo bia ho chi no wo pia na wo yam sisi wo so bom se president fie nye sa de bisi abonte no enye ene ye kase de enema aduane boa ye din nema bebre boa ye din ye so dollar aba form inflation so aba form ene ye busa we de onwo e farmer bebe won mudu abanche ni sa na menema nyina ene wo ka issues so a wo FCB of course e be ka court nse ne aka 24-hour economy market yeah 24-hour economy aba be 24-hour economy market entisan enete daruna once again no would best at everything.
So my answer say the economy is good,
okay,
and the reality on the ground. I'm say NDC before ombe babe mu nyama bebre na omode call the last election mo can MP yes, because no mo pay too minty, and at that time I don't know what happens to Ghanaians. All of a sudden if you say these same people were once in government, and the record they had was nothing to write home about.
Yeah.
But as a yeji omudi, because if I don't remember anything, make I say they spoke about automatic posting for teachers and nurses. Exactly. They spoke about Galamsey, LGBT, Boku crisis that is older than whatever. No? Politics. Planting for food and jobs are MPP Dubai. NDC made it a topical issue and made it look nonsense. I say it wasn't something that would inure to the benefit of the Ghanaian. Today NDC is in government. So
you share who TV so by your social media still because they come.
And NDC is in government. But what is the story? You see, inflation is down. Exchange rates is down. But the reality on the ground is a different story altogether. And then Nami Biso say, who in this country has been told by the landlord, and then the landlady say, because of the performance of the economy, Timo rent so. I haven't heard that. I'm yet to see that. Now let's look at electricity and water. You need a campaign. But as I sit here as a Ghanaian worker, what I'm looking at is Kania bore Akosro close to 25% in the last 2 years. In Sioso, I think around 14-15% thereabout. Then the Ghanaian worker, how much was added to, salaries? The last base pay negotiations. But what came out of it? Now, if you go to the market, you need to have that purchasing power. Say purchasing power no. How will you be? No matter how cheap the product is, if you do not have the money, you can't even buy. But is it even cheap? And even say cheaper, are we having the quality? My brother was talking about imported goods that are that is low in quality. Yet NDC and your mama says we should praise them. So more there. So for me, I think it was just a total deceit. And now Ghanaians are faced with the reality on the ground, because I don't know how else Ghanaians would want to appreciate what these people are doing. So for me, all I will say is that it's good that it happened this way. If it hadn't, maybe people would think that Nanado is the Sasabunsam of whatever. But today, even feeding grants for secondary school became a challenge. But these are all things that they used in the last elections.
Yeah.
We have to remind Ghanaians that this is what the people said, and this is the reality on the ground. Today, lorry fares. Almost every aspect of the economy, there is nothing that is working positively. There's nothing that is working positively. Yet we have a president that says that we should hail him. So by way of my introduction to the topic, kakra we na.
Okay. Mate ebusafo enti Haruna ena Martin Nenkano. Mr. Nkrumah yanko yes sir. Economic indicators are ebe. Nanka in fact one more negotiations for salary adjustment no. Eyi ba kwa mota use be some main drivers in the inflation and exchange rate. In fact eyi krampo utilities krampo the case here to main drivers no inflation and exchange rate and the cost of fuel and na omota edeka and the inflation above for the past 40 years you who be say that exchange rate so above adena still no ene man bo de ekoso ene ekwafo so say obi in fact last week I say ya wada no omo moton cars imported cars omo su omo kam say obi e meto cars no ba ko say abol ma obitima ko tax sa 6 months 6 months obi meto say duty bo ni no amakas no bon so akoso. What is happening?
You go down with the message otherwise na machia eti for say yesha say no manchia me constituency nti me fa konye na machia movement TV ni won to me radio for nyina ene me constituency for nyina na nchia kesi akwa ama antifati on the me no ka say oti ho hwe de antifati be obi amechia o go down inflation NDC for e dwan asumu say inflation above for me. Sabio inflation say omo ye economics no definition of the mind is the rate at which prices of goods and services increase within a certain period of time and I'm a boy. And he say what's inflation above form now say the price of goods and services are still higher. Now me the kind of economics are omo you see they achieve sa they no more can say it's an achievement. Inflation above form no it's on paper artificial inflation because so share enyama boy even in the cry no rent student hostels ukra nyama na ko ye ne am so de bibia be fe ne AI and am da be to habo ho nkofo nyama containers a ebe car wo epono so because of that AI no godon be last 2 months ba no for containers ebe car because AI enti uko clear onyama na e create mu import dependent from pencil to eraser to whatever everything in your kitchen to sanitary pad everything is imported. So import dependent country to say yeah. Na de bia yeko amanone eko importing yama na se habo hono wo de bibia beto efe ni AI na wajire nyama so ekrofo ntimi nkla mo nyama akwa bia efe no list wo hwan list wo na no nwi bia na o ye campaign ti
list wo na napoku
ada no TV so say waye campaign ama NDC about power na ne nyama o krafi amanone de bae no duty e de amano no ontimi ntua ontimi ntua na officer man nyama na ka hono ma ombe auction man crofo na no o me campaign MDC na MDC mba abem na ono ne nyama me support ana mse unya hu hwe Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia gina simpie so ene MPP slash import duty 50% 30% 50% for general goods and 30% for vehicles I am a vehicle duty bar form afofia ntwata covid ba ya sebi ye ho kire en na ye reverse sa policy no Ghana force ye ebu ye nti bida na sa NDC for mu dia tro makotena dem say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia one district one factory one constituency one ambulance on work ye kan no e ntro enti no mu dia mo ye specialist in ntro no makotena dem e plan so mo be twa the more dempa the Ghana for ato and ampa president from flag bearer to the current President Mahama. And then one final campaign. Or your campaign na ka say even Black Stars because of MPP inti Black Stars inti performing. Na say oba making sure say local players any be grooming omo no dey omo Black Stars. In the meno ka say Black Star lineup no et saying. Or say your campaign na say cocoa farmers. Omo ko to abama na ukoko efu ni finfin ho no obetubo ho no the politan ka he dey esi ho. na se okoko ni so nta na wo de na ahoma na mo de be ade na koko no mo dua fa politank no ho ana ana ndisi fa no mo buye sen
omo susu se e wo re ani
sami je fit onua television se hwan ene ya titi intro say ya titi be kwa no pa I find say 133 24-hour economy 133 ya titi kwa no pa na so opon area opon ya na Captain Smart expect to ask from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Captain Smart if you no sami je fi so ko
I think so 133 no omo ye na ono sami je fi ene ne boss Ibrahim ene ni nua panyi a ene oye ye mampani
ampa
omo na ye 133
enti NDC for there entrobe no man twa o man His Excellency John Mahama twantro aka say MPP ba hi isu a talk ye friend say Ghana ni nkran ama ba bi yiri no because of Ministry of Sanitation and whatever ye de bomu yakwaji ska America ye de solve ye de sorti ye gates ne odono ye disika nti ono ba obeyi sa ministry na fio no diskana koma local government no me that it gatem na insu se ne be ya insu no to a emfa nkrofo wankran na insu no to na tisen President Mahama in insu no to no your excellency pacho etisen e den tro na mo ntwa wo man mu ha mo the inflation in that inflation na MPP ba ne mabo akosoro na ne mabo akosoro of course ye ya been for MPP for yankopon de chen. So we allow the economy to run on its natural form.
Yes.
But mobile no, you want to artificialize the whole thing. Enasika na ka banks betimi ya bo oman for nebosiano. Mamo pay all this money from the banks into this how your individual na call banker ya mbo obosian. Because almost a friend is interest rate no esun. Ena omo aban pe na omo bon nebosian. Ena aban so kwaje bosian na on fan ko di dwumadie bia na sika no kra kwa man for botom. No manya purchasing power to go and buy stuff from the market. Ono mama pay scan nyina go ya ko go central bank. Ena scan go na scan system ni. Ena mo dey drop inflation. Because amount for ni scanner say ade no 10 cedis a 10 cedis because amount for no enyama ni go omunye scanner om dey abeto. Nti dey nti na nipa no oton ade no obe increase no. And I'm going to drop inflation. I'm going to tell you and I'm going to spend it. Now say Agric Ministry, the Minister of Agric. And anyway, God don't want it.
The Finance Minister.
Only Finance Minister. Also, we release almost Finance Ministry. So we release scammer Agric Minister. And so far, also this is Kebian by.
Also, I for me.
Kebian by. Na Kebian by. No share videos. Ne we ya. Techima ne na se for omomudia. No buy edeba ejomu ebeton. Omakotu omonyama e dia abedwa so say amanfo ebeto enso bia ni sika de kwakoto ono mu sie awianim obetena ofiti anapa ko sie anwumre onya atofo enso nipa na fifie no ya bo mpa ya ma ne say nyame ma odwa na nyame ma odwa no akotena ho ne ento a enye sum na say ya ma me bi so omo so mo ye demonstration ada musika akokem omo supply secondary schools ni food enduane na omo sika akokem na me say nyero Mahama no say sika no de ba oba or this kind of my headmasters. No more come as some adjum. I got to no more tagbelima. No more koto no more be yedwane de amankola no. Enti sisi ya no oba no. So this kind of headmasters no. Enti sisi ya na wo su say on some confess omo do kanu na omo confess kanu way. Won say oman na ye chechire no. So we dey atro. Ene nda danya kohwisem. Say mo de entro no munim twa. Mo fi say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia aka say when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. No, movie say all kind of crap. Fundamentals no kind of. Sabi munyeni amodi hu fundamentals. Fundamentals ne been digitalization. Our de buy in order them ahomachi 2 am. Ni edum light cry. Ofa phone na akpa no wato. So what you say? Ye de hihye egu akwem say ne be corruption so betia. Mobile tron kwabna minta kando. Say first President Mahama ono na omo admit nursing students in excess of 500,000 MPP buy no yabema quota yes 1,000 yentimi admit and they admit few people only basintali at your studio and all your presentation I said there what we the masters are all your presentation and a basintali a friend is a professor or tie dwem no yi say among for friend no among for in the Crawford friend say omo kita good grace omo nya adwuma anye and I would have to switch him. Say,
Erikopoku. And what no one happen here.
Mita kando.
Yeah, only meet account yes.
Say MPP buy no. Ye the quota system aba. Enti na nkofo bebre gufi a yentimi ademeti omonko nursing school ni we.
Chama mama mu na mentor so mo. Only say quota system, it has been there since establishment of nursing schools.
Yes.
Enti enye obi na introduce ye ana obi na
say na me ka say omo twa ntro.
Say say na omo kan.
Say omo twa ntro. Enti no ntro no twa say ya man nkofo bebre atena fie a ya mo man ko school. Ana ye reduce numbers no. Na ye dey admissions. No mo do mo ba. President mama so be diem. Na wa wuti fie na wa kita good grace no. Obi a be ba school ni bi.
Na basintale say enti say die.
Enti say die. Any MPP for depriving of bebre a mo ti fie. Professor Basintale otini dwem. Na student graduate or graduate was at no graduate and grad or graduate presentation. Ende ni na say ugina ho Mita Kando, Honorable, Sir, Afedie, O to Ghana for you reduce the number of intake. Send a better to match the employment rate. And they say now, okay, Sana opposition can cabina to me. More than intro, in his immediate fee. Intro in the Kabemika Kando, intro in Honorable Okujota Blackwa. Ano musini anankasa His Excellency John Mahama osu jina simpie so no osu twagum
what ko kwafo bia say no the politics
what falling finfi say no aka no what falling finfi ho dey be to ball na the politics
finfi no dey na wo ho e mpe finfi wo say Gideon Pacho me say the video bi ma boma me video na ma say ma boma me na me ti ade na ye wi ame na me fa nko 24 hour ekon ba te de mu menu ha de ye den a ye be kan nurses for mo omo ye fency mo placement ni ade ni nyina no but boy ma minti ye ti rekopoku in opposition
anwa amu ye ha anwa ye import ba Ghana ha ye o compare say anwa ni bi ha say ye bo amu ma amu emphasize no nya sa abusia na
abusafo ena masugula mati na me pacho mimiti wen me pon 9 me tra ka se o ebia me boat fi ana madaf boat bit ma kwaje na ma sa drive ama ma ko fie be 4 am me ba so na adwuma ha ma 24 hour economy ana
na boat no unya adwen say o de fa kroma o benya nipa na o benya ska because there is what an existing demand.
Of course.
So the policy is what demand driven.
When me Koforidua me someone check me the last time me check Koforidua na boat ni ho.
Yes. Koforidua ni ho. Koforidua ni water the ho. Me wo ho say. Godon me say me ko ye juma ho ye transfer me ko ho by 7:38 me kunma di.
Yes.
Taxi kra. Unya. On jam come double na ma. Taxi from the central business district no to even Senate flat in ho unya Godon unya
Gideon yankwai
Godon open ministers a omo bon wa ban we mu pa ye odi kan we ye me description ye odi kan kwamna minta akando
Danny Hall prefect
ai na de to sumienu a Greek minister
Eric Opoku teacher Eric
ai
sir
bon
what's what
bio say I don't know what be now join omo na uko na foul.
I think so because and someone only say
what been but
omo launch feed Ghana last year
yes
what chiman
how about launching
okay ko busa kuyani bi owo Ghana ha say yasa fertilizer sawuruwa baako only sawuruwa
ya no de
sawuruwa ye koko chensi tete koko chensi na ye di twa nneoma no koko kurase de ye friend sawuruwa Hausa for man bana omo ba beto ade a eno na ye di ba betwa no ba ye na ekuafo na produce kuyani bi ani ho a ya ma no koko chensi fertilizer baako mpo enso honorable Eric Opoku ni nkrofo ebe ka kire ekuafo say ye ba ye be stores na ye di enuro me can we decide any fertilizers eba begum ye honum ye bokofie na dua bayre na yaka kire say oh ukofie na obebo no eho ka ye bia 10,000 cedis John Dramani Mahama ebe bro 10,000 no na dia bo ukofie eduru okra se watu no ba ya wakwa akoto no kra no wuntua ukọ shop wa ukokoyi we decide now dia kokko bo spray e na me ni ukase obi eni wo adaprase konfo krom abase a yatwa impo fertilizer kruwa baako na nsama baako mpo akwakoma ne se onfa huni no ba yeso nanso menkai kra no na nado danko ekufu all the time through Ministry of Local Government na yema ekuafo support sikan fertilizers under the one planting for food and jobs on say planting for food and jobs na phase 1 and phase
2 Dr. Brancham Pontai
there was another program MPP abanye ya na no your friend no planting for export and rural development PED na PED no na ye supplies free cashew seedlings because here area hono ye nua koko na mo cashew de
cashew yes
adwuma kese pa ye supply free seedlings ema ekuafo sa abre na akufo ado na seedling ba ko bia cost 10 cedis
wow
kuyani yetumi ma 500 seedlings yetumi ma obi 1000 seedlings depending the number of acres a we den wo ye hu adwuma and sana planting for food and jobs fertilizer no so na ye den ye supply ma ekuafo no enti ye papa Eric Opoku na ka me expect say empo ebra ekuafo antumi anye no antwa no ba ye dodo a sesi ano so wo se enka ombedua sunflower de aye na onim say yetumi de ebro ye anwa
ase be wonim
so onim a onko ye research yetumi de ebro anwa
yes
na ebro a ye produce wo Ghana ha no asesi a egudan mu no onya sunflower de aye anwa onya ebro de aye anwa
because ebro is available sisi
enti ni 24 hour economy na atonsuo mu no omonko abase eni zabrama ana omonko tamale omonko edra because edra de enim say omo produce ebro pa ye kaye papa ba kwa na oye omo MP Pangabu odo abura ma obi no bi afi we pangabu esu ewe dra because yento na bro obi ama meto in fact na kufu all the time na bro ba akuani twa ebro 10 acres a otumi de to tractor yes and na akuani twa ebro 10 acres a ontumi mfa nto moto okada ontumi ntobi
ebro no bua ba fom
ebro no na ba fom no kura nya se aba fom se ubenya obi a 300 cedis na yeto na ma na betompo obi ama
ina si ho na pro
so na se ye enti akuafo no kwasem ne se ye bre me do bayre na obehu dia bayre akuafo ye famu a en ayo sem ne se ye ni aye bre sa bre no dodo na ye ndisifo
me ba me ko Rafiko isi ba before then no president Mahama say o market so say ombe 24-hour economy market e dia ma akuafo ni ade mo amudo banche ni body ni cashew ni ade no mo ba ni say na wi asempa na aba
we na
asempa ba na ba ana mo fa ni say
we na sempa ewo mu ene say ngo
asempa mo area ho ni fa pa ni dwa kese wo
o pe ba bia bayire dwa kese wo pa eye kintampo any techiman but o pe ba bia ye do bayire no fertilizer wo ma we dey ma me fa konya we so na me mo mikro mfo abaso
now about the bayire
ebi ofi me bro o pe ba bia ye mfa fertilizer engu bayire so no a eye mikro na o pe bayire papa oni me say the whole world Nigeria for ne do bayire pa
so no mu di bayire sa
yes but 2021 Ghana exported bayire more than Nigeria.
Wow.
Yes. Record no ho betumi akoseche. Ghana ye exported bayire pa ena Nigeria for free Ghana for ne sando bayire pa. In 2022 ebede adwa se Bunu East na ne ye do bayire pa. Oba Bunu East aba bi do bayire pa ye mikroma base. Enti yesi aye wo June July ope ba bia bayire dada wa enye mikroma wunya bi wo Bunu East babia. Ba bia aka ni nyina bayire foforo na iden aba ho. Ye krom ye betu bayire foforo agisi September.
Okay.
It is a 24-hour economy market no godon. Ya ro hosem na ye sere wasem a me minti bi mpoda. Because market ni wusi aden na me kwa akoton wom.
Bayira najo.
Said the honorable kan no. The economy has to be driven by the demand. And yes me wabisi edwasi ho. You don't need that market to sell your produce as at this time modern world. Who phone etumi ma woton obi bia technology world you don't need a place to sell your produce and you know utumi who say they didn't think through, they didn't think well about that project.
Sure, procurement they talk through
now utumi say e won cheni yes you nya bibi because na do dan kwa kufu ado start agenda 111 a very very prudent project na wosen ka omoto aso Oba Pro Wester anwene ne nse wo ho e wo prime ma so it is our market na omba besi no emfaso obi ani so ma Pro West
e kwa famu nyusu
wo de ye den sabi kwani no bayire no ye mfa huda wo di bayire gu store dan mu a e be pro ye nton bayire wo store dan enti kwani na wo beto wo besi edwa no wo beto bayire no wo bayire opa ko techiman ko kintampo ko he bayire market e wo zabrama any kintamponi techiman ye ton wo asase petemu because when you go cement so a
e be pro
buyer no beto na de kwa onkonkodu obeboka and no buyer will buy bayira egudemu Debi
this is umrem
this is the wo urem na ye kokoto it is a 24-hour economy market me who say is a opportunity omo create ama NDC for financiers no omo de awia oman no
Traffic and na hospitals na yen tokwen aferi na me hwe ayibi data BCC ya Abdul Malik Kwekubako my boss na wo share won Facebook na wo hwe bia the NDC for gijalo ho bol ba 33% 42% sa na MPP for buyer ya be complete obunyu so a omu enyusu era koma mita kando enam no tweak ese wa ma order say kofoloti siwo was suspending for 2 weeks. Say what kind of crazy emergency ward na ayema. Udu be about and penny ho. It's funny and funny free baby boom man like I said once I inco was why bonny. Hospital say hold my ye na umumbi and Rafik ye can say.
Yo, before I make all hospitals, I just want to have a little bite on your friend is saying.
24-hour economy market.
Yeah, markets. Let me say that the whole thing is a total scam from the beginning. But Ghanaians were not smart. Usha, almost says almost 24-hour economy. No, we wanted explanation as to how it would be. But the commentary from NDC's own leadership, no, we can't say no, now we so can say. So you could see clearly that they just wanted to say something because at that time, election time, people want jobs. So say kind of say definitely the person, I mean, especially the youth, will have hope that. I mean, it's convincing. Say, Ejuma nipa bako be no, yes nipa means which means that say 2 more. All of us would be taken care of. Exactly. So this was what they said. Now I remember, is it Ayarga who was saying that there's nothing, they haven't made any special allocation. Ayarga the kind, yes.
Also don't expect that the government is going to spend some money and say some what kind.
Exactly. But at the time now, Mope to me, no, did they say that? Today, what is the budgetary allocation for that 24-hour economy?
I told you.
Exactly, it is not there. So you don't just because say open for political expediency, then you just come throw something in the, I mean, in the air, and then you expect that people should go by it. Today they are caught with the reality. So for me, I just believe that, like I said earlier on, yes, say Eban say, other than that, one would have thought say this in Winia. They were so on candies in a winnie and covered now 24-hour air course. And the market secret almost seen. How long is it going to take to be completed? And my brother mentioned the whole thing. That's the long and short of this whole matter. Demand driven. So you come to my hometown in Salaga and you are building 24-hour markets. Whereas even the existing markets there's a new market that was built by the MPP administration. It is not even in use. For the daytime one, no, just because the market is a bit outskirts, so the people don't even want to use it.
Okay.
Then today you are asking these same people who are predominantly peasant farmers, when they are tired at home in the night, you are telling them you are coming to. I mean,
that be so when Urban was see a you crash room. It is about trouble for no crowd within Nako. Now, what to school hall? It teacher force me called manager.
Near NDC for. I mean, I don't know what they take us for, but today the Ghanaian can make his own judgments. He can make his own judgment. Now, regarding the hospitals, I mean, recently, President Mahama said something that it was not even a wise decision in the first place for us, for Ghana to decide to build 111 hospitals at a go.
Yes.
I mean, clearly this shows that the man is visionless. When we are thinking about big things, and for Nanado, I respect him. I mean, from the time before he even became president, he kept on. I mean, those days, is it Kobna, big dreams. I mean, you could see that. Is it Kobna? Yes. And
the
yes, one of those guys. Wuta. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Wuta.
Yes. Exactly. So you see, clearly, this is what we are talking about. People who think outside the box. I mean, how did the issue of Agenda 111 even come into place? Because we realized after COVID that there was a deficit and we needed to cover up. So at that time, we said, let's do this. So if you have come and we were able to do some, what stops you? And some of these same people were complaining about no bed syndrome, and they use no bed syndrome to do campaign. Today, the nurses who are home that we cannot post, can't we use common sense to know that if we open these facilities, it is going to be an avenue for them to be picked. But I don't blame them, because they are trying to cut down wages. So we be some facilities in there. That's what we found. I mean, that automatically is going to add burden to the wage bill.
Yes.
So clearly, you could see that could be one of the reasons, because if you are operationalizing it, it's not just the facilities that is there. I mean, the manpower is also needed. But do they have a budgetary provision for that? Perhaps that could be the reason why they are doing this.
Sir, I'm not cutting you.
Yes.
You see, these people, the NDC, when I say these people, the NDC, you know, I understand sometimes, me dream one, I say, na Ghana for MPP, is it because ye nim adie na yepese ye use adie na enim no de boa oman na omon pa na, because godon
bra
scholars ana say oman fencing amman nyina adie amman bebre etumpon what we call industrialization. So industrialization is the engine of growth for every economy. Industrialization is the engine of growth for every economy. And so if there's a government, okay, that has deliberately instituted a policy called one district, one factory. What I say, the policy itself with the name one district, one factory is a game changer. Even if we had built just a factory, now you're making progress.
Yeah.
And it is based on these factories or industrialization that you can say you are implementing what we call the 24-hour economy. You don't just get up and say you want to come and then start something called 24-hour economy. When you don't have a deliberate policy tackling industrialization, both import substitution, industrialization, and export promotion. To say Ghana exported more yams, what I said, than Nigeria. So if you're embarking on that journey, it will get to a time where more produce to export and bring in more foreign exchange. Now a stabilizing economy. So that was a deliberate policy. MPP at the buyer just so we can improve on our economy. And unfortunately, COVID came in. COVID came in and distorted our programs. Now Ghana for obi the program aba ekunfi juice na eni ho eku juice you start say eku juice omuko ye video say nkrantie so no come dem eku juice na omatogo omu fridge mu yeah the policy ni ba kwa wonye bi nto so dem echo no godon
Chairman, let me conclude on this this hospital facilities thing. And I watched one video, a friend is saying this lady is a political mavis. Yes, she went into one of the facilities.
Yes.
And what I saw, I was just imagining.
Trade.
That's the name of the.
Yeah, trade. One.
I was like, so why would we do this to ourselves as a country?
Na fridge, I can see any
TV set. I mean, for
any cooking,
everything is
banner.
I'm for because this year this year so clear.
So you rode on the back of you create jobs. Somebody has created a facility for you. Yours is just to go operationalize it and even employ your own people, as you have been doing. That one you can't do.
That be secret in our can earlier, no?
Exactly.
They don't want to add on to the wage bill
because you don't operationalize those facilities without doctors, without nurses and other paramedics. You can't. So, but do they have a budgetary allocation? The last budget that was read, did they make provision for all these ones?
No, I'm not sure. They didn't.
So if provision wasn't made, so they have a clear cut reason. I think even in Greater Accra, the children's hospital, is it Kasua?
No.
There's Wager. Yes. Yeah. Is it not the same situation?
The same
situation. Imagine the economic benefits to this country if operationalize this idea. So NDC has a big problem, and the big problem comes from the mindset that they feel that certain things are too big to be done by a country. Yet it is good for an individual to purchase a private jet.
Yes.
People will hail him. Yes.
and auto fancy cars.
Do you get the point? He can do that one. That one is an individual.
Fancy ride.
But for a president fancy to sit down, his government to sit down and imagine that let's build 111 hospitals at a go, then you come to say that it was not, I mean, it didn't make sense at the time to do that.
And he is building 24-hour economy markets. So 261 districts.
Exactly.
They have to go.
Good. So let's compare the two. The economic benefits of a hospital and those markets. Those markets, I just cited an example to you that in my village, you don't need that. Why would the demand be? Even the daytime, the normal daytime market, no cry. I mean, how much do we patronize it?
See 265.
And was it you who was mentioning about the online that this time you can?
Yes.
Go to Kaneshi Market.
People are running big business and they do not even have own a shop.
Rafik, go to Kaneshi Market. Don't go far. Kaneshi Market.
Buzi asi and
Kaneshi Market. Yeah. The opposite police station.
Yeah.
24-hour
It cannot.
Okay. Newland Travel Consult. I say your trusted travel partner. Olabukilu Mechao and Enumerate. I say dream of travelers studying or working abroad. We make it possible with fast, reliable, and professional services tailored just for you. It is all per Schengen visa. Visa the deco France, Netherlands, Germany, Italy. You don't know pa. Obetim IB ama UK and Canada visas ni na omuyebi. Obeso school so wabucha ombe ama flight and hotel bookings obetimi IB ama ticket ni na no. Kama. Wo pese ye adwuma e wo Dubai ene Qatar so a obetima hwe aboawo. Ambwani ejuma papa bi aye na okay ba ko bi kan and the men can abwant we from ma won be chechire mu. Newland Travel Consult was your trusted travel partner from ewo 0241735676 0241735676 and 0503197323 omo wo Asare-Bediako school junction oba pepe ena omo wo ko na ekojim enchechimu na wakonto no enye kama nya afena kopa connection men bia mo bidusika Tech Bridge University College first name Asare University College of Design and Technology. Some of the course bia digital media and communication design, product design and entrepreneurship, fashion design technology and a jewelry design technology. Mo we be adenta do akwan so ehwa enomo Tech Bridge University College 0540 124 400 0540 124 4400 was say Tech Bridge University College design and build a nation. Mekanfo ediama tabia takum member nyina Supreme Court judge na abanum afedie we do so a favorable Supreme Court judge ma member nyina dia edura member nkwa na enum minchichirim why ujam minchichirim nchira won tia se dia and the one be problem if ever Chocho Herbal Industries Limited for the Chocho skincare products, Chocho Herbal Soap, Chocho Herbal Cream, Chocho Royal Gel, Chocho Hand and Food Cream, Chocho Skin Toner, Chocho Hair Products, and then Chocho Bar. And now omo edi aba omo so now products ni na bi and can baby bia and make am for edi ama wo kopanda mat ni Palace Mall ba to na total sprinters ni na e bi e wo holom and make am for Chocho Herbal Industries Limited e ye mo da ba fe Chocho skincare products. Kwana ekojibi na ukala no entoso kama en shine na shine inumu so biduma ma fine gaso misa for almost be catch us say gaso misa say we yam ya we ya didi adwane toma na ya we ya na typhoid fever na hawa pacho kwana kwajibi na uhu intimento menstrual plus mixture menstrual pains menstrual disorders and yeast infections ni na so no ina number pacho mon kwajibi prosa plus mixture oda 2 hours about that 30 minutes by no sorry at we now ko Jones apacho wo die so crampo no intimacy kola kwaji pro plus Mr. DB from ewo 0248778899 0248778899 omo repair ventures na Nabwache Heba Ekus Pharmacy Ashama main station and a House of Drugs omo ewo honomo and then Cement Vital Herbal Mixture and Capsules at the Edrubibre Ababon Tintino, Cement Vital Herbal Mixture Nibino. We see ya we ya anabema and I will be we are from sciatica. Yes, you be friend sciatica. Very excruciating pain. And yes, I get to a cry. If you hey, and what bring me? almost in Yasa get to Accra. What the killing no? Ye de nyamiase pa etise bi aha dia ujafo kope ho adru odru de abrewo no odru na ne semens vita herbal mixture and capsules
transfer for long no
0244718557 0241604702 and na mekanfo de amase kwajibi na wo ho intimate na high sense for say work up e kosin yam say spray for matter say one about drugs say Omo boy. Kiveda na. Okay, be check it. Yes, anti work up le koso. Koso pa ole kodo. Yes, na u TV nya work up le hwe enye wo fe. Eti kwaje high sense for products ni. Na ba ko bi wo mu die 116-inch giant screen. 116 inch giant screen. Enya se geto akrampu. But of course what to of course we 32 ni bi so we 32 ni 43 ni 65 ni 75 ni ya bi akwa kwhwenti no ko high sense omo baby bia o manga na mu se di amrahia is legon tudu hachu afenya mata ko la pass bachu na north industrial area junction mall achimata mall west hills mall Kumasi post office Kumasi tano so takwa de takwa sunyani baby bia no omo holm pacho betima akanfo amase kwala ko GB 0302 550 000 o from my dopeno o betima ya arrangement na watimi aba o betim ko deliver ama ofie itisa enete obi send message wase okay wase sofu bi any okay mate wodi asofu no omonyo masori na politicians so nyo politics wodi there be omun se nkom se enkom se mpodi ya hu me Kristo ni ti meji nkom se di ne mo ade a mempe ne sofo abese nkom no wa personalize no won se nkom to own enkom se no what is the make can say it is not from you bibi na esi na o si na kopon na aka kirewo ade na kopon na aka kirewo de o de ka se me ya manya ni eno ano no ye bo ho mpa se be ba mu se mamu but would na watch na me na ese nkom se de ye wo dia ai
na wo ya kire no de abre
what you say tie no de wo ye ne sa ye wo nipa bebre holma omomo nso daye babo holma omo nitimi hu ade ni nyina e wo holmo wi ase de anyway enti sanity but what we would in
me we say minia Rafik EDC hospitals no
okay to so be fa ho
enti hospitals ne
24 hour
economy ti say the number no go so America no
okay
na NDC for tena ase won say godon so o share ya almost start free SHS no on say 2020 2020 elections ba no no mo person mo attack free SHS because mo say free SHS no now I captured most of the youth and at the time no mo say from 2020 to 2024 no now most of secondary school for now free SHS na bo mo no na omo duro ebre so mo koto aba MNPP into sha almost start safe there free SHS na enya possible after no mo start to mo say omo no mo de buy
omo start
enya de buy be ni ye into omo kan mo say omo Ghana for you to know him say there be mo boa de mo kan na kufa na de buy say no mo ye no saa na ye pe no e no mo ye say there be enya ye say ko kan bibia saa fo no ye be nyomo at the entrance level university so free secondary school ko university me boa
yes
ti say to am secondary school na say mo say e boa and ye be chimo university no mo ko fa bibia friend say stress free fees and all the new entrants you know okwa uba friend ye be ma osika ye be tua first year fees na
ya mo kan yo enye sa no mo ye
no sister no mo kan
ba nye sa no mo ye in fact Tescom Care University Tescom for o man invoke RTI exactly say omo campus no o man chiska no impact to bi it omo fa data number
say nipa no so ne omo ma omo kra no you pay una obetua we are not later on also on very
say nipa no
the concept, the idea behind it is that take out the stress because aside fees no there are a lot of things that the parents would have to prepare first year students no so say they be ya ebeti omo breso so if after buying all those things, nani panako, we say after the own fees. Then later on, sometimes even in the second, third semester, before they will do the real.
Yeah, for the parents no cry no, a bit you no cry to China. Your parents na some dey keka no. On say fees in there, school no. Asha will say, "Wama a time frame. I saw it here. It went to me, yet to me defer."
Exactly.
What I say, and to the say, no, stress, no, you open so will take his stress.
But one to me, I'm taking.
Send the panel per webu.
And there's some can say, I mean, that was the promise.
So that is what they were selling to the
that
people.
That was good.
What I say, that was what they were trying to put in the minds of the people. And to the nipa no per webu. And to open webu no see free SHS no, on the buy and then you adodan kwe kufuado. After no ba enuane na mudi wo school na ye say ye mamo dokono ne nchina ba ko say half anyway no mo ba koto student bia be din kosua mienu ene sade enti no mo keka san sem we nyina mo say no ade na mfa no mo de Bora University say wo ba all the new entrants ne be tua mo school fees e de amamo say na be ya wofo no burden no burden e be
na stress the war
na stress
and also be ye free but to buy you
omo buy omo no
omo anye I just have phone to ya.
Exactly.
Na second semester, no matter so much.
Sometimes you are person be this for na ba so say. Omutimi say omuni mutro twanka sa o fan sa level na. Rafik.
Yeah, all the sectors chairman.
Me say omo share that plan say omu twanto. Na wo sami janfi sa studio no omoti wo no. Intro room.
Intro production house.
Intro production house. Debbie, now Sammy Jeffy, intro hini. Now Tia Kunyum na say a Greek minister agent on.
I've been parliament na be in Sababa also go parliament.
And this is for Gono, me say. And then this is for no say. President Kufuor every Ghana is kato e dey see hotel amane ba. No dey command the girlfriend bi o amanoniti. Omo dey ko share ma me ni fi abroche bom ko share no airport. Na yan this is for.
Omo can say Kufuor afa Ghana gold nyina.
Kufuor asesa Ghana gold nyina. Anya fifi kwete no ko vet na yebusa na asena propaganda.
Political talk.
Nti NDC for there. Na me wan say Ghana for. Na ma Joma na so no. Ono atimi ka che Ghana for say omo short memory. Ghana for still sebe. Mode ebia na do danko Kufuor ado ho ebufu bia wanchia wo hene. Ana wakọ ka che wo hene say won sore nchia no. Mode say no ho ebufu no. As against economic no mo da koto abedi etia MPP ebufuo a sebi na ehun ehia ene NDC for by then asesa omo ton ade o baabi ne adawe ya sebi omo de nya munya ye pamomo mo se na do dan ko ekufu ado ba obegu banks enti no president Mahama so ba o the banks na ye ego ni nyina omo license be there oba hwan license do de amano Dr. Pako Sindum
ye challenge no
wo Dr. Dufour mo say MPP for persecution and in the Attorney General say sikana Dr. Adukufuor ye find say
Dr. Dufour
e cannot de Ghana no my negotiation wa betu emu 60% anyenye sa enti say ka on di Ghana sika bi anase onye boni bi na ye twe naso a na ka ba ne say na okoji sika no mu 60%.
So mo de encheni na ai abronye bu baby 2016 was say kramai na mpo kromfo na je say kromfo no e ko ria mo ne kramai na che enti omo de omo sumaya no
and this is a business message what was saying. We had a meeting today as NDC executives who had paid their dues since Atamel's era but got nothing in return, yet MFA who just came is now driving a Prado. Hey, enough for more.
I haven't seen anything yet.
I say, uni badi ba kwa me medete chi me re. On the in economics some more we be find scarcity.
Yes.
The change and say resources are one as a man and as a friend saying even individual no. Enti me so obia ho brabo. What you say?
Yeah.
And you know say who when that so be say NDC for say 24-hour economy what agenda 133 nende yatiti ekwa no pa obopon area 2 opon na friend say Captain Smart eso start 2:30 no upon 8 free wa na samejan fi so koto aso anajo 8:30
na goal board
akoto so we nya adwuma anapa anya e mane how John Mahama ba be nya adwuma enwumra ye ana be nya adwuma awi aye aso ye ka sei shift no hamu na eko ECG workers hamu na eko EFN say hamu de kwa na pa no mu pon awia na bi ma kwa awia pon na anwumre
ana initial almost say DVL she bibia says about something
ayi di na adenta di ene me call SCC weja ho no weja ho so mu wa yi ho almost ewe hin almost bebe there was the bullet patch akra e mo be for no bi e ko
godon nti wo ne ka free wakoto ka foforo nti wo so betina won mama na ba anajo na wo de ko DVL akola nti
se look at akra say omo ba se do ma ben well this nyina nya adwuma awia
waka me godon
na ombeye recalibration e wo meter no
o say
net anajo no
24-hour economy no
de bo be yafo
mo ye adwuma anajo well this ni we mu yusu fidie no oba you want special meters na electricity no ya tete so amamo say hu it is so be ye adwuma na pa no twen enyume no obi akoda no wakogina eyi efani say odon na gata no be mo wede na de no na ma use electricity free wait
that be fa so assuming say o maye ne sa say ya tete light no so enwumere a it is a meda anopa 8 ekusi enwumere 6 na me kwa adwuma 8 to 4 am 24 hours ana
enye 24
it means still na anopa no ma anya adwuma so there's a vacuum. It can't be 24 hours.
Up to date.
Yes.
NDC, all of them. So with the NDC for 10, ebetna dying with. Now you are attending to them individually. So they should tell you what the 24-hour economy is. Omo yina be more different than.
Let's say the cash when you
all of them.
The cash when you go parliament.
Exactly.
Obusa we say nipa 65 will be a different one.
So
if I go to Blackwa. Was say 24-hour economy no why you see and every regional capital is going to have an airport 24-hour economy and let it be that video no what is no person did them oh yeah was what call ya be what
God only said the next election ever the power
I had the crazy.
So if we have the rights the right people as for information no we don't need to talk much.
Dabi.
We just need the sound systems and your friend said speakers and then then we just go and start playing back.
Godon me pese me kan ayi kakra na nsen na
bacho ma yimi
ayi hospitals no won say Ashanti region say no maso ye den Miami Chrome for maso ye na sometimes ya so ye den na me nto aba na ye say o ma ya chimfo roads nyina na o ma say achim mafia na Kufu Ado achimfo nkwa na o hwe o ma no weje Ashanti fo no ye ukwa Ashanti region na Miami Chrome kwa ya ye nka say e kwan ya je o free udru fenisen Anita Hotel Junction now room for
okay
what kwan be free ha ko kan ha ye gusu nyina asphalt e dey kopan am say na de ye ho abrosa sabe scarcity american NPP yentimi fa Ghana sika nyina me ye enyama nyina wa Ashanti region but enyama want to be on my ya e bia ne say kwabna mita kando Konfanochi CEO ko kan complain say no bed syndrome and I said empa ni honey way no also was suspended for 2 weeks because when say papa no the papa no ya no e be exposing pain former ya dey some prudent measures bi abama amanfo ho atom sa dey ayema amanfo ho ntom nti mo kama no tum obi ba na say empa ni wa ya dey na ko bia fom na say awo wenya pneumonia no wawu ni e boma bro won ba no ko fa ya dey national health insurance ba ye and am some dey fenison bi fenison capitation what
grant
no
policy one time premium sorry you need free national health insurance but some the one time premium
omo kan capitation so omo introduce wa Ashanti region
yes
no
also tu aba kwa untu abiem
over selected one hospital
there be three
hospitals
capitation that best selected 3 hospitals e wa Ashanti region na ubetimi akọ da be se wutua e kwata be bufo na ho dodo wa e se sa yi na hospital wa select is okoho anya sa dia it will not apply
area like Ashanti region what the pilot policy be a pilot
and health policy
on a pilot no
jo
no but eventually what came out from it
that nothing.
I mean nothing. These people they are liars, bunch of liars.
Yes. Gideon, my friend Adibia man, fatus mame.
Bunch of liars.
Enjoy online. na bunch of liars na me pese me confirm me kakra ma say see yawo MPP adwuma me say apafo no adwuma no so ba apafo no so wo ho
ba godon ye ka ti asem so na to da say ka fie so asem
ai hwe we okay me ka ti ha nya hwe NDC for baye omo say President Mahama wate na appointees so enti no see ye ka se yate appointees so ade dey say appointees no do so I say cost no of maintaining them na e wo so
okay
it is here
so that cost no be ba for
cost be ba for
and at the time I must say dollar crowd from
ai eti we year 2023 enkofo mu year adwuma wo Jubilee House 2023 2024 2025 enie wo hwe ade ya 2023 de no scar ni etwa bom ye 125 million adana na kufuado 2024
with a high number with
125 million Ghana cedis
with a high number of presidential staffers
yes good. Over 300
good
at a dollar rate
of that time never 40
something
and at 2024 call 153 million 2025 there about from 100 million and at 2026 I jump 248 million
quantum
jump pampa was saying this is an increase of about 148% in a single year, which raises an obvious question. If staff numbers are falling, why is compensation projected to rise so sharply?
Thank you.
It's very joy news for the
Thank you.
but over to be here so now you the response abane Felix Kwachu Fusu
okay
o cheche what say Nana Akufo-Addo kono what salary
okay
enti enye se bi nipa no ene dɔɔso nti na akuduru 248 no na mu salary no watu mu nti
so the previous years no omo
enti question
okay
Rafi kwa bendo do enti question is say Nana Akufo-Addo fra ba mu tabe January 2025
yes.
It's hard to say take effect 2025
yes.
Other than 2025 they the same numbers now equal 100 million
good
now within a year
are they saying they did not do that increment and it is today that they realize that they did
omo the bias system we say the deputy regional minister biaum all the virtual deputy regional ministers they are all under office of the president
regional
organizers so omo ye the coordinating
presidential staffers are coordinating regions indirectly
the deputy minister
the only difference is that they are not stationed at the
Jubilee House.
That's all.
Okay.
So it's just a smart way of playing on the Ghanaian mind.
Ministers at large. Why are
they? Exactly.
I got 10 minutes. Ubi anko 3-3. When is starting? Rafik Amenko.
Yo.
If there any other matter, say Galamsa say more, Chemawuntumi say more, whatever they open.
So I would want to have a bite on Chemawuntumi as
and as of Akufo so resign 8 months ago I say yenkai.
Exactly.
Since September.
So for me, I just believe clearly say Semikano earlier on, one of the issues NDC for the core campaign in the last election, very topical, and they had the support of chiefs, they had support of malams, pastors, and everybody, was Galamsey. Now they have narrowed the Galamsey issue to Chemawuntumi. As a Ghana has a car Galamsey there, it is Chemawuntumi.
Aye.
So the fight against Galamsey no has now turned to a fight against Chemawuntumi. So it means that if you deal with Chemawuntumi,
and Galamsey will be asking
in Eja. And I am saying, before NDC bye Bole, where the president comes from, even though they do some mining there, but today go and check the black volta, the condition of the black volta. And also Chemawuntumi akunta mining na ejuma
ayo
in the president's own hometown, Bole.
Black volta.
Yes, go and check there. Before the election, the water was so clear. Today we are not talking about Eastern region, we are not talking about Ashanti and all that. But it has traveled to the president's own home yard. And this is what we have done to ourselves. Then I ask myself, today what are we saying about it? We have narrowed the whole thing to Chemawuntumi. The case is ongoing And it is sad, say, people would make it look like Chemawuntumi has been convicted of a crime. But Ghana, we are governed by the rule of law, that everyone who is accused, you are innocent until proven guilty. Who has proven him guilty? Who has done that? Yet we have castigated, we have made it look like he's already a criminal. Because the media are buying into their propaganda. But I just hope that this matter goes on and then we have a proper resolution to it.
Okay.
Now, Gordon.
Minya.
Elections, constituency.
Okay.
Central.
Okay.
Electoral area elections. Na Ekoyi. Those who will win, they won. Those who lost, they lost. But for me, infractions kakra ebaye hono regarding the issue of the album.
Okay.
Libre eba ho somba beto aba. Unfortunately, why ready say oba beto aba na ya catch us within any.
I didn't.
I mean, it is sad. It is sad because at a point, per the guidelines nearby, album we were supposed to do an exhibition so that within Woma you will be able to confirm or otherwise. There were a number of petitions that were written from the constituency to the region to national for issues to be addressed. Unfortunately, until Enrano, the issues could not be addressed. And the whole thing is that we opened the system up. So it will be on form. Or Mafa forms today. At the constituency, we decided that because we have worked with the previous polling station executives, so we should maintain the existing ones. Now, the party has created new slots for communication and then electoral affairs. And then some of the old executives, some of them are dead, some of them are sick and bedridden and other things. So we'll make replacements. What we expected was that we'll give a level playing field for all of them.
Yes.
But a situation whereby Obi Bewa before form, what for form? The expectation is that so Obeko election you be free. Maybe Obeko vet after vetting no normal election. But what happened in our case was that they were not called for vetting. They did not take part in any election. So say Yam Frewa, you would assume say you went unopposed.
Okay.
Until your name should be there. Then on the D-Day, people get in there. And funny enough, even a day before the election, the album was not ready. The album came out in the night.
But that should not be
now,
the case.
The candidate needed to know who is voting. Exactly. So I feel, these are infractions that shouldn't happen. With where we have gotten to, because we have just come from an election, Lucy, and a party played a serious in that election. So say what it means is that today, tomorrow, if we have to look at the bigger picture, and then you just to massage the album. Say they may win constituency election. Say they may win electoral area position, forgetting that there's a bigger job ahead. 2028 now, election, and that forms out because NDC is in power. They have all the state machinery at their disposal. We are not. In terms of resources, any BBR, we cannot say we can match a party in power, which means that we should not begin to create situations where people would continue to grieve that we belong to a party yet we have not been. I mean, GDP says halfway America and Kamoko election and Nipa no Lucia on him say he was given a level playing field.
Yes.
I was contest. I mean, there are some who went for some elections there
and lost.
And they are not complaining. But those who are complaining are those who picked forms. They were not invited for vetting. They were not invited for election. So what happened to them? The question is, forms no more fire. Did we just do a fashion show for people to just come and pick and then leave it there?
Okay.
So Gordon, going forward, I think the party should look at some of these things. Yeah, the guidelines nearby was about 43 pages to conduct these elections. Yet we put it aside. we did whatever we wanted. And if we continue this way, I think the future may be quite bleak. We don't expect it to be so.
Okay, Queen Central. I want to hear from no.
Fadama.
Okay.
Tesano.
Okay.
Those enclaves.
Yeah. Okay.
Abeka. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Mate, iti traffic na motel nka no. Mamenko kpon katama so mamenko cha orobo kilo. Nyumbe ya mwajo. Why mate se mo hwe mo bim kakraka na mo hwe nti wo do campaign team nyina no. Monko so enya adwuma nyakopon.
Just a second. May boss, Mr. Irenchi, we need as secretary for one of your electoral area. Okay. Only Mr. Jan.
Congratulations, Mr. Irenchi.
So, Mr. Irenchi, congratulations. Only Mr. Jan. That was to say, I mean, you are following the program. Thank you.
It's incoming back on Sunday.
Incoming communication
officer.
Oh, then because his communication is super, so it means
Pro West.
We have to give him endorsement.
Of course. And give you no one do any endorsement in advance. Eti chabusafo we dey chabusafo we dey bi.
Eti godo we ma menka mukro mukasa.
No problem. Tatum.
Eti anumre dey ma menfa nchi akese ma Pro West MPP fo nyina. Titru newly elected executives are ya to abayi be police station any electoral area run kire ye be sana akoto aba ayi constituency executives hosomfo amankwa achampon Gideon mijina me nanso na nyame ya adom a ebrehidura meka kofa krata agina se kasamafo ama amanyukoyi me wogidie ya police station executives in electoral area for him say be benyamu mugidie na ba mama som party ya sa kwanenso na medinchia kese pa menema opanyin sechere a oya adaprase ene Miami Catkis Bori Andrews ene me ofa Nmakwa Charles ene MPP fo nyina a hunutie ye teacher Kwadwo ono ne ye me electoral area chairman wa bia tumu eya Konfo Chrome Information Center Konfo mane nyina ne adaprase mane ne papa ase mane nyina britie ye enti kakra ne meka ne se nyame onhyira ye na adwumaden ne ye aso he press before Catkis for be wa assembly abeka wo se asempa he ye beyo enti MPP adwuma pa de ye aso he ye boyo amana ya akono na afie die wo ye 2028 election wo ye mungamu bedisi a ye botwa ebi menefa kwanya yeso aka kire NDC for be ya Pro West say 2024 ni omafun ye be ye 2028 ya ye ready say be hia be enti say wo yo wadwene say wo bokọ akọ cassette ya MPP ni bi a wo kasa tia no ba ko a ye be ba duo no wo kasa tia no mienu a ye be ba hanu enti ya bo a ye ho na mo wonyo kuturuku boso no wonyo ntokwa ye be ba na ya be kirekire ye nsemu medamase
medase papa kasa de kasa say ya kan kasa
bono
you difference when e bena
so ayi Okakwe South first vice hopeful
first vice chairman
currently incoming parliamentary candidate PC
and we the man ko man kan ye kura
godo
1 minute
so me can be say ye kan abonti asem no
yeah ye kefi so yeah sure
e be sere MPP say ba say ye kan ye humbom na ye kwaji tumi a sebe party for ye ade e ba say ye kan ye humbom a MPP for ye kan ye humbom ye etimi kwaji tumi no na so tumi na ba wie no na akwai se mpanfo eni afira na o majai tumi no e de ama sebe nkrofo bi a o manpam ana say o manpam ando no mu hu MPP for ye bre na o mama party ema ejija sebe NDC for ba ye hu journalist ye mom appointment ye do mo share positions ye video mo ba ku ya o kan ya ye se am obi prado yi ebi mu MPP for mesre se ye ba abem ye boy ho modern ye wini a na o se constituency bia no MP ena sebe oko parliament ye tua neka ema onya kakra e de support party for constituency na ukoye lucky suna onya baby a MC so ho no na ye ma MC papa ono so enye sika ana ye tua neka ma no so yibi e de boa na ye meme constituency no e sub metro ye she me ase unfortunately ya ba no mayor a omukoyi no na wa ye former MP e wo Kankwe North Obia or your former MP with the assembly woman will come with north side no obey MP twice. Oh, can't we not? Now that be say Amy no ododo can't we south any is ablekuma.
Elizabeth Sakana.
Pacho.
Okay.
Na sebi nipa no o interest bia officer o can't we south no de beba.
Oh, there was obeko be no.
Sanet here. Enti no na ama pressure bibia na akosi MP so na konya MP so asebi. Ontimi enkokode mane manfo enkopa ndwuma se ne be yo no so wo ye bibia di teku na faboa MP.
Dr. Wamia so 10 appointment per
meba enti no mesre can't we south for sebi
30 seconds.
Na me ya domo a musomfo first vice chairman honorable Daniel Nkrumah we dey mo amu pejame na me pejame ho mo na mo pejame na maye mo parliamentary candidate na se ne be ya 2028 okuna ye ko no mo mimu gidie se me na metimi age akonya no e dey ama okanko south na mso me ye obi a se be me nyime ye MP a otesoro no manfo ne tefo
okay
me nyina ye si form ye nyina ye tena se edidi ye nyina ye tonsa achi amene boys guys
we dey wo ha obe ya na se me so me ko bi mo as first vice
na besako I would say
so dey be first vice no masa so e dey adom bi mtimi do bibia ase antifati any anti agi muni na
it say abi obi bia you hopeful okay
na go don so you hopeful
na sa project na South America
da do dey be say ba na beye
yes
so campaign manager
me ba cho mamenchi atafimi Amos ene apia de dankwa na chi akwa ne ya komfo krom ene Steven daman kwanta ne Maxwell daman kwanta Wheezy Prime hono boy adwuma pa medam hase
medam nyina asenti Krizo Kweku general manager ene nbre da asenti Alhaji Haruna Rafik first vice chairman Okakwe Central Constituency na nyame adoma still maintain to no so e wase na honorable Daniel Nkrumah first vice chairman Okakwe South Constituency na we PC hopeful and then Gideon Amankwa Champo no so ye Progress communication officer hopeful yours truly God Asare-Bediako incoming National Communications Director na Billy so e wa say no mo na Masa Ebi mo nyina eka ho and then of course Gideon e the chief de nyina fuma e wo ase olma me nyame adoma china no pa be share with kwaku de remove